Hi there. In this tutorial, we'll look at how to reverse an array in C# using an algorithm. So there are actually two ways to go about it. The first way would be to actually copy the contents of the input array into a new array in reverse order. And yeah, let's take a look at how to do that in C#. So before I jump into code, I already have an array right here, you can see, and this is the array that we are going to use to get the reverse of. So to do that, I will create a static an array of a function of input integer type, and let's do reverse array. That will be the function name, and we'll pass in the input array of integer type. Now don't worry about this error because it's actually asking me, hey, you need to return something. So to do that, we'll create a reversed array of that would be a new array of the same length as the input array. So to do that, I'll do int and then reversed, and then I'll do new int, and we do input length because we want to make sure it's of same length. And the next thing we will do is we'll actually loop through we'll go through a for loop in which we do int I equals 0, and then we do, hey, as long as I is less than the reverse length, we'll iterate through, right? I plus plus. And now since we want the first content of the reversed array to be the last content of the input array, because that's what we are doing, right? What we will do here is we'll do reversed of I equals to input of input length minus I minus 1. Okay. So this might confuse you a little bit, but basically we are swapping the elements. So basically whatever is the last element of the input, we are making it as the first element of the reversed array, right? And that's how we are reversing. Basically we're copying. So after this, basically what we do is we will do return, and then we'll do reversed, and hopefully this will get the error out. And the next thing I will do is run this code. So basically we are doing array for each, and then the reverse array, and then we are passing this array here in console.write. Okay, so if I were to run this code, and there you have it, it goes from the reverse order. So the first thing is minus 32, 11, minus 10, 7, 4, 5, right? So okay, this worked, but another way to actually do is, since we are not removing any items from the array, we can actually modify this this input array in place without creating a new array. So instead of doing this, we can actually modify it. So what we can do is we can swap the elements. That is, we can put the elements at the last indices to the first indices, and vice versa until we reach the middle element, right? Without creating a new array. And doing this actually would reduce the complexity to half. And what do I mean by that? So let me show you. Static, and this would be a void type because we are not creating a new string. So let's do reverse in place, and then I do int, and then I pass in the same input, right? Now basically we will iterate through the for loop, and I equals 0 until, and we want to do, remember I said the input length divided by 2, and I plus plus, because we only need to do until it is half, right? Because we are swapping between, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll be swapping here back and forth, right, until we reach this element, I guess, or somewhere here. And what we are doing is, since we are swapping, we want to swap the index I with index input dot length minus I minus 1. So basically the first index to the last index. And also well, let me show what I mean by that. So if I were to do this, right, equals to input length minus I minus 1. But if I were to do this, the problem would actually be the input of I would be it would be overridden by the last element, and we don't know what value is what. So to avoid that, we can actually create a temporary variable which stores the whatever the value is at I, and later what we can do is we can say, hey, input, and whatever is at input dot length minus I minus 1, put that value to be a temp. So whatever is at the last, yeah, replace it with the first value, right? And that's all actually for this algorithm. It's pretty simple and pretty quick to do that. So now if I were to uncomment this, you'll see it actually reversed in place. So what I am doing is I'm reversing in place this array, and then for each array I'm just basically printing the each element. So if I were to run this code, and you see that we actually have the same value, right? It actually reversed in order. And there you have it. Hopefully you were able to understand how to reverse an array in C# and also using the reverse in place. Keep watching videos. I'll be making more contents. Yeah, hit that like, share, subscribe. That would actually help me out and also help this YouTube algorithm and hopefully reach to more people. And I will see you on the next one.